So 2015 question 5 on paper 2. So the diagram shows the triangles BCD and ABD with some measurements given. So for A, part 1, find the length of B to C. So B to C is here. They're asking you to find the length of this, correct 2 decimal place. Well, you can see it's a non-right angle triangle. So non-right angled, you have two options. You can pick the sine rule, or you can pick the cosine rule. For sine rule, you're looking for opposites, and for cosine rule, you're looking for a side angle side or side side side. Okay, so for here, if you look at the opposites to start with, so this is x here, well, opposite that you've got 42, so that's okay. And then you need a known angle and a known side, so opposite 16 is 110. So that works. So you can use your sine rule. So A over sine A is equal to B over sine B is equal to C over sine C. Okay, remember you're just using 2 at a time. So you put x over the opposite side, so that's sine of 42. And then you put 16 over sin of 110. And you just cross multiply now. So that's x multiplied by sin of 110 is equal to 16 times sin 42. So you're trying to find what x is, that's attached to sin 110. So do the opposite. So x is equal to sin 16 times sin 42 over the sin of 110. And all you do now is put that into your calculator as you see it. So that's going to be 16 times sin 42 over sin 110, close the bracket, and that gives you 11.39. So they wanted to correct 2 decimal places. Okay, and this is all in meters, so I have meters here. For part 2, find the area of the triangle BCD. Okay, so that's your triangle BCD. So you've got half the base multiplied by the perpendicular height, or you can use a half AB sine C, which is also in your formula tables. So for this one here, you need a side, an angle, and a side. So you can see that here, the only two sides that you have is 16, and the one that you just found here, which is 11.39. So that's your side and your side. But you need your angle here. So you've got two angles here, so you're missing this one here. So in order to find angle B, well, it's actually angle CBD. What I need to do is 180 minus 110 minus 42. And once I do that, I get 28 degrees. So that's 28 degrees here. So now I can use the side, angle, side, and I can find the area of that whole triangle. So I do a half multiply by A and B, so just the two sides that's around the angle. Doesn't matter what order you write it in. Multiply by the sin of the angle that's in between those two sides, which is the sin of 28. Put that into your calculator. So I do a half multiplied by 16 times 11.39 multiplied by the sin of 28, and I get an answer of 42.78. And this is in meters, so that's meters squared for area. Okay, for part B then, they want you to find the length of A to B, correct to 2 decimal places. So for A to B now, is this one here, so I'm going to call that Y just to change things up. So it's again a non-right angle triangle, so I check and see if I can do opposite sides. So here I've got angles on a straight line, so I can find the angle ADB, and that will just be 180 minus 63 and minus 42. And that gives me 75. So I've got 75 degrees here. Okay, so if I use the sine rule to find the opposite side, so angle, opposite side, but now I need a known angle and a known side, which I don't have. Okay, so I can't use the sine rule. So the cosine rule, I need to have all 3 sides, or I need to have a side, an angle, and a side. I do have that. So I'm going to use the cosine rule. So go to your formula tables, write down your formula. So a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos of a. Okay, so a is always across from the right angle. So a is just y here, because that's what we're looking for, that's the side. B and c doesn't matter, so I'm going to say 10 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 10 times 16, and then cos of a has to be the cos of the angle opposite the unknown side, so that's opposite cos of 75. Put that all into your calculator then. So 10 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 by 10 by 16 cos of 75. And that gives me 273.1779. So I'm looking to find what y is. So I just square root that answer, and I want the answer to 2 decimal places. So I have 16.53. Okay, and everything here is in meters, so I put in meters